All right, so I also use a mounting block with Anna, because she's nice and tall, and I am not. Good girl, who? And she knows to come up and wait. Good girl. So I have to laugh, the Western dressage horse. Good girl. And she should stand. Sometimes she gets wiggly and she won't, but then I just back her up. I apologize for the funny bridle. This is one of my favorite bridles. I like the length of my rein and stuff, but a lot of times I use it on my quarter horses and stuff with a German martingale, so I just hooked it around her bridle, which is what I usually do when I use her with it. But it's just one that I'm used to and I like. Yeah. And so back to the whip thing. Here's I don't know where my riding crop is right now, so we'll just do the lunge whip. But good girl. So again, she was real worried about the whip, and so if you haven't shown it to her for a little while, kind of get her inside rein and get her turning, and then touch her bottom with it. And this was something that really, like I said, she had a lot of issues in the beginning. Anything touched her and she'd just leap. And so she's now a lot quieter with it. You know, come up even in the front. Like I said, if she gets a little worried, just turn her into it and talk to her. I haven't, we had this torrential downpour for about a week and a half ago. And so we ended up doing a lot of work in the indoor arena, which is really small. And so she's really great in there because she's used to it. But out here, we couldn't ride in here. And then I kind of was done doing the whip with her when I moved out here. So we haven't done this for a little while. Good girl. Again, just turn her into it. As soon as you make contact, then she goes, oh, okay. Good girl. And then we try to leave her reins loose. Because of her going back into the dressage stuff, she's very, very sensitive. I mean, she wants to be good so bad. She tries so hard. But she's a hot horse, too. I mean, she's definitely not a deadbeat. So, you know, if you put a lot of leg on her, oh, sorry, you stepped on it. Good girl. If you put a lot of leg on her, she's really going to go. In Western, we ride a lot softer with our legs. Tend to usually use spurs, which I don't use with her, because we wanted her to get where she was quieter on the good girl legs. But oops, sorry. Whoa, good girl. Oh, nope. You have to go next to the fence. Thank you. Here, let's set it over here. There we go. And so she is very interested in everything that goes on around here. I said this is and it's a warm. We went from freezing to it's supposed to be, was it 80 something today? And so for these horses, it's hot. So she sweats pretty easily anyway, but she's really going to be sweating today probably. Doesn't take too much work for her to start sweating. So I do a lot of warm up with loose reins. And but when she wants to go or if she gets real uptight, then what I do is work on a lot of bending. I know that's a little different than a lot of the dressage stuff I've been around, but I want her to bend around towards my foot. So I'm going to lay my inside leg on her, not push hard, but just the calf. And what I want her to do is realize that she doesn't have to jet propel forward, which was her whole, is she just can relax to it. And by bending her in a circle, I get her whole body to engage and soften her body. And so this is kind of the drills we do out in the hills. It's hard to show a video out in the hills because you get seasick. So that's why we're trying to show this in here. But we had a lot of brush out there, so we would go and zigzag the brush. And I'm going to show you how we build up to that. And again, inside leg, get her to bend around. I think this is the way she bends the best. You do notice I put her booties back on her. Like I said, this arena is just not as soft as it should be. And so this is what we've been using on her, but we just worked it up and I thought it'd be nicer and it's not. So good girl. Good. That's what you get when it gets lots of rain. You can't work it up until it dries, then it's hard. So again, that inside leg, getting her to bend around. And then where I go with this is we go into kind of our collection, but like the head down is you start to pick up on her and, you know, and ask her to go long and low, and then she'll drop. There she goes, good girl. I said she is a gawky horse. She loves that when the cows are going, and you know, there's cows over here, there's dogs running over here. And when I first got her, she didn't even like me waving my arms, so she's gotten a lot quieter there. And you know, like I said, she's looking at the cows. Ooh, what are they doing over there? But she's not really spooky of them. She just likes them. I said she's a little bit of a gawker. And then, so let's see. My mind's always going. So, okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pick her up to her trot. And again, I said I'll just kind of cluck, but as you know, the second you even think about it, the life in your body sends her right through. Good girl. Good girl. I was laughing yesterday as I rode her, and I thought, what are you going to do when I start talking a whole bunch? She's used to that in the hills, but not so much in the arenas. But see how she gets kind of looky? That's because she's fresher, she's more looky, but that is her. She loves to. And I don't think in her original training she had a lot of that ability to look around. So now she's kind of like a noodle, wanting to look and gawk at everything. But she's learning that, oh, I have to come back and stay balanced. Good girl. So this is where, if she's staying calm like this, I'll just leave her alone and just trot around. If she's getting kind of bracy, then my drills are, as you saw with my first circles, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to put a little bit of leg on her, and what I'm going to do is do a series of serpentines. So I come up, and see, she starts to get a little bit bracy on it, and then she settles down because she knows this little routine. And in the hills, this is how we go around the bushes. Inside leg, bend our body, and then inside leg, bend our body. You know, balance with the outside rein. What we do is open the door. She goes into it like that. Shut the door. She then turns more on the haunches. Not, you know, I haven't got her into the crazy Western stuff. We don't have any reiner slides or spins, but she's got her basics going really well. But it just gets her to soften up, and she'll just melt in your hands. You start doing some of that, and she'll just get softer and softer. That was, I think, one of our biggest things that made a big difference in her, is getting her to round and bend. And then, like I said, just asking her, there she goes, good girl. Good girl. Nope. Now we see animation. Here comes the wild calf. Okay, we're going to break and take Kaffer back down for my brother.